Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel where we share insights on holistic self-development. Today I'd like to talk with you about a question sparked by Paulo Coelho's classic novel, The Alchemist. Where does true motivation come from? When we're young, many of us wonder, what is my dream? What do I truly want to do? By age 25, we start to ask, have I really given my all to chase that dream? Does this path speak to my heart? And by the time we hit 30, we find ourselves questioning again, if my dream still hasn't come true, is it time to start over? If you're feeling adrift with your heart uncertain, then set aside just 2 hours to read this 200-page novel, and you'll discover profound answers. First published over 30 years ago, translated into 81 languages, and sold in more than 170 countries, in Brazil, its fame rivals football and faith. Its power lies in the fact that each of us can see our own reflection in the journey of its hero. The story follows Santiago, a young shepherd who sells his flock to pursue a treasure hidden in the desert. It's a simple parable, yet it has touched hundreds of millions of hearts and mirrors the spiritual quest of its author. At 17, Paulo Coelho rebelled so fiercely that his parents had him committed to a mental hospital. Later, he was imprisoned for opposing a dictatorship. By age 38, he still felt lost, until he walked nearly 600 kilometers alone to Santiago de Compostela in Spain over 3 months. That pilgrimage calmed his passionate heart, and the lessons he learned along the way inspired the tale of the shepherd boy. Since its release, The Alchemist has reignited hope in countless wandering souls, and Paulo Coelho has become the only Latin American writer mentioned alongside Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the author of 100 Years of Solitude. This book reminds us that without purpose, life becomes a chaotic maze. Anyone who enters without an inner compass will spend their days searching for a way out. Join me on this inspiring journey through The Alchemist and rediscover the path meant for you. If you worry too much about gain and loss, you'll always miss your dreams. Santiago was born into a humble family in Spain. His parents made their living weaving cloth and tending fields. From the moment he arrived, they pinned all their hopes on him. They sent Santiago to a seminary, believing that one day he would become a priest, a stable profession that would make the whole family proud. But that wasn't Santiago's dream. One day, summoning all his courage, he told his father, "I don't want to be a priest. My dream is to travel and explore the wide world out there." Though his father fiercely objected at first, he could not deny his son's unwavering determination. In the end, he relented, handing Santiago 3 gold coins. "Use these to buy sheep and live the life you long for," he said. Those 3 coins were more than a father's concession. They were his heartfelt blessing. For as a young man, he too had yearned to journey across distant lands. In this story, each character carries their own dream. The popcorn vendor longs to go to Africa. The cafe owner dreams of making the pilgrimage to Mecca. Even the thieves near the pyramids imagine hunting treasure like Santiago. Yet, for one reason or another, most of all, the weight of reality, they abandon their dreams, each day leaving behind fresh regrets. Whatever their reasons, the real culprit is the same. Fixating on what you might gain or lose blurs your original calling, your truest desire. If we don't have the courage and the steadfast heart to pursue what we truly want, we'll never step beyond the comfort zone right in front of us. Santiago broke through that safety bubble. He left home alone, became a shepherd, and chose to live the life he longed for. Over 2 years, he learned all the shepherd skills, saw countless beautiful landscapes, and met people from every walk of life. It might have seemed that his days would flow on peacefully forever, until a sign from the universe came to him in a dream. 2 nights in a row, he dreamed of a child who led him to Egypt and whispered that a great treasure awaited there. What could this dream possibly mean? Then he met an old man, the king of Salem, who told him that this dream was his personal legend. The idea of treasure was tempting, but his everyday life was so real and certain. Santiago hesitated. If he chased the treasure now, he'd have to give up everything he already had. Like so many others, he feared losing himself. But if you worry too much about what you might gain or lose, you risk losing the very thing that defines your destiny. As the King of Salem said, "Your personal legend is what you are meant to accomplish." Those words ignited a fire in Santiago's heart. Wasn't his lifelong dream to see the vast world beyond? He listened to that deep calling, and once more he set out to fulfill his own dream. You should know that life's greatest trick isn't failure. It's giving up, bowing your head to reality and saying, "Well, it's too late now. This must be my destiny. I have to accept it." But destiny isn't something to regret. It must be what you truly long to do. People often wonder, will we regret the things we did or the things we didn't do? Research shows that when we fail at something we've tried, our remorse is fleeting. We think, "I could have done better." Then over time, we console ourselves and let it go. Yet the dreams we never chase stick with us forever. That regret gnaws at us daily because there's no excuse, no "I did enough" to soothe that longing. A writer once said that because we never take the first step, our dreams stay out of reach. Dreams can't survive endless waiting or defeat. They're like red-hot steel in the forge. Only when shaped at their hottest can they take form. Once they cool, they're hard to mold. So, the moment your heart's fire ignites, act. Take the first step down the path of your passion while your spirit still burns bright. You may never find that buried treasure, but in every effort, day by day, you'll see yourself grow stronger, wiser, and more alive. If what knocks you down, then you must push yourself even harder on the path to your dream. Things don't always go smoothly. In the early days in Africa, Santiago took two hard blows. First, the language barrier left him lost and confused. Then he met someone who spoke Spanish. He thought he'd found a true friend, but the man tricked him and stole all his money. Just yesterday, his future had seemed so bright. Now he didn't have a single coin to his name. Santiago felt crushed. The day before, he still had 60 sheep. Now he was penniless in a strange land. In that moment of despair, he remembered the words of the King of Salem. When you truly want something, the entire universe conspires to help you achieve it. Those words rekindled Santiago's confidence and courage. The next morning, he packed his few belongings and headed into town, determined to find a new opportunity. Life may knock us down, but it also offers hope, if you have the eyes to see it and the heart to help others. He came upon a quiet crystal shop, barely a customer in sight. After watching for a while, Santiago told the owner, "Crystal shines best when it's clean. I'll polish every piece free of charge. Just give me a meal in return." Before the owner could answer, Santiago was already at work, wiping each crystal to a brilliant gleam. Word spread quickly, and soon 2 customers walked in and made purchases. Impressed, the owner hired him on the spot. Although Santiago's dream of reaching Egypt still lay beyond a vast desert, and 2 days' wages weren't enough to fund his journey, he refused to give up. On the road to our dreams, we'll face our darkest moments, when we try and the goal still seems miles away. That's what happened to Santiago. Yet he stayed on at the crystal shop, putting his dream on hold to earn some money. Over time, his creativity helped the shop flourish. A year later, Santiago had doubled his initial investment. Even more importantly, he not only learned the business, but also mastered Arabic. For someone with a clear, pure heart and a burning desire, the challenges ahead aren't unfair punishments. They're tests that forge strength and stepping stones on the path to growth. To let go is how you reach the shore of your dreams. At this moment, Santiago stood before 2 paths. 1, stay in the comfortable, prosperous life he'd built at the crystal shop. 2, continue his journey in pursuit of the treasure in Egypt. The shopkeeper pleaded with him to remain, but in Santiago's mind echoed the King of Salem's words, "Always remember what you truly desire." In the end, he chose to abandon the security before him and press onward. He crossed thousands of desert miles until he reached a small oasis where he met Fatima, a beautiful young woman whose very glance stirred waves of love in his heart. As their bond deepened, Santiago even considered giving up his dream to stay by her side forever. Yet the vision of the treasure, his personal legend, awakened him. If he surrendered his quest, he would regret it for the rest of his life, and his love for Fatima would become a burden. With his heart laid bare, he resolutely set off toward Egypt once more. As one writer said, "Only those who know how to let go can truly live. Only by relinquishing comfort can we grasp our greatest dreams." Santiago made the right choice. He let go of ease to follow the true calling of his heart. True motivation always comes from the fire that burns within. Next, Santiago faced countless challenges in his quest for the treasure in Egypt. In the desert, he was seized by the camp soldiers and had every coin taken from him. They threatened to kill him unless he could become the wind within 3 days. Despite this impossible task, Santiago did not surrender. He reached out with love and opened his heart to the sun and the wind, seeking to understand the very soul of the world. He tuned into all living things, striving to learn the universe's secret language. Empowered by the alchemist's guidance and inspiration, he defied the odds and truly became the wind. But when he finally arrived at the pyramids, there was no treasure to be found. He was beaten by muggers and stripped of the little gold he had managed to reclaim. At first, he felt the depths of despair, until one of the thieves let slip a telling remark: the real treasure lay back in his homeland. When a dream lives so vividly in your heart, no hardship, no matter how great, can stop you. As Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." The author reminds us that only when we dare to make our dreams real does life become truly exciting. Each of us holds infinite potential, and the journey toward our dreams is itself a wellspring of joy. Perhaps the treasure never materializes, but along the way, you'll discover genuine happiness, lasting wonder, and become a better version of yourself. Just like Santiago, crossing seas, crossing deserts, wandering far and wide, only to return home and find the treasure waiting all along. It may sound like a roundabout path, but everything he saw, heard, and everyone he met enriched his life beyond measure. Even without the gold, Santiago's story remains endlessly fascinating. Every triumph and setback becomes part of the experience, and true life is not measured by the days we live, but by the days we truly remember. Dear friends, remember, when you have a dream, you must chase it. Never let harsh reality dim the longing in your heart. Cherish your dream's warmth deep within. No one can stop you from living the life you desire, except yourself. Believe that every ounce of motivation springs from the fire burning inside you. Hold fast to the certainty that no tomorrow is ever beyond your reach. For the rest of our lives, may we all summon the courage to face our deepest yearnings, and boldly step toward our dreams, and take full responsibility for our own journey. Let every footprint you leave glow with purpose. Thank you for tuning into our channel, where we share insights for wholehearted growth through great books. If today's video spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs it. Give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss next week's video. And if any thoughts or feelings arise, don't hesitate. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you, take care, and see you in the next video.